Ja, unser letztes Schiff ist auch da und wir sprechen anscheinend mit Kazuha. Das heißt, ihr kennt es ja schon, wie das hier abläuft.
Alright, let's head off.
Alright, let's head off. Kazuha ist hier hinter. Warum auch immer. Hi Kazuha, ich bin's. Immer noch der gleiche Tag. Pepsi Nummer 2. Hallo, was soll das denn hier? Solche Außenbalkons an dem Schiff sind ja super, super
I
geil.
heard there would be guides for the Iridori Festival, but I didn't expect it would be you two.
Das ist ja krass.
We didn't expect to see you either. Returning as a guest for the Iridori Festival, no doubt.
Stimmt, Kazuha ist ja eigentlich Inazuma-Mensch gewesen. Wir haben mit ihm aber viel in Liebe zu tun gehabt.
I was a little surprised myself when I received the invitation. But after wandering the outside world for so long, it's good to have an opportunity to return to my homeland and pay respects to my old friends.
Das ist doch schön.
Kazuha, when we saw you in the distance just now, you seemed to be looking for something. What happened?
Ah, yes. You see, when I came off the boat with everyone just now, I suddenly heard light footsteps around me.
Okay, wer hat leichte Fußschritte? Keine Ahnung.
I could tell they were not footsteps of a regular passenger. But by the time I turned around, the person had already disappeared. I only heard a splash come from below the pier.
Kokomi, Kappa. Aber seine Schuhe passen auch
Even though I
nicht.
didn't manage to catch a glimpse of them, I found this strange piece of paper by my feet.
Ja, wer war's denn?
Oh, does the paper happen to have a poem written on it?
How did you know?
Ha, how did you know? Kazuha, wir wissen alles.
Fascinating. It's almost hard to believe such things could happen.
Kazuha, darf ich dein Zettelchen sehen?
Sure, here it is.
Danke, danke Süßer. Farbenpracht der 5 Kasen, Ayaka Hito. Wir waren schon lange dafür bekannt, dass wir als jüngere Dichter sehr ehrgeizig waren. Jedes Mal, wenn ich ein neues Gedicht schrieb, wurde es mit einem roten Stempel verziert und so bekam ich einen gewissen Ruf auf der Welt. Doch beim letztjährigen Treffen habe ich sogar ein Gedicht von meinen Vorgängern gestohlen. Es gab keine Entschuldigung für diese Tat und ich wurde aus meiner Heimat verbannt. Die Farbenpracht der 5 Kasen ist jetzt Vergangenheit, genau wie wetterwendisch diese Welt ist. Kazuha wurde auch verbannt. Er hat jetzt nicht von seinem Freund was gestohlen, er hat aber das Auge von seinem Freund quasi aufbewahrt, nachdem er von dem Muisho no Kaisen, von dem Shogun zerfickt wurde. Zerstört wurde.
Last time, Aoi no Okina's poem ended with a reference to Akahito. And sure enough, this is a story about him. The story this time basically says that Akahito got his name from his love of red seals. However, the shogun discovered that he had committed plagiarism, and he was soon exiled.
Hat Kazuha irgendwas plagiarisiert? Nein, aber er hat auch rot, viel herbstfarbend.
Well, if Paimon were to rate today's story, it sounds pretty unfortunate.
Aber Albedo ist krass und findet das alles heraus. Und die vorherigen waren halt nicht viel besser, außer die allererste. Die
I
fand
don't
ich ganz
think there's
okay.
anything particularly wrong with this story. I too was once wanted as a criminal by the shogunate. So I'm not all that different from Akahito mentioned in this story.
But according to the story, Akahito was exiled by the shogun because of his wrongdoings. You did nothing wrong, Kazuha.
Ja, tatsächlich hat er nicht wirklich was falsch gemacht. Auch außer die deutschen Übersetzer natürlich, die machen immer was falsch. Ich will ja nicht so böse zu denen sein, aber bitte, versucht es doch wenigstens.
Traveler, what are you thinking about?
Der Stempel in der Geschichte. Könnte Xingqi eventuell helfen? Der Stempel. Ich weiß gerade nicht, worauf es hinausläuft.
By the way, you mentioned that your friend has been struggling because he's unable to sign his name quickly, right? In Liyue and Inazuma, there is a saying, that which has been stamped has also been signed.
Ah,
Perhaps using a seal could be a feasible solution.
aber er kommt doch aus Liebe, also sollte Xingqi das eigentlich
While
kennen.
sailing at sea, I sometimes carve things to pass the time. If you wish to create a stamp for his seal, I might be able to help.
Das habe ich doch letztes Mal sogar gesagt. Einfach einen Stempel daraus machen. Alter, ich bin so ein schlauer Mensch. Auf geht's. Wir bringen Kazuha zu Albedo. Ich finde das schön, dass ich immer die Leute direkt dahin eskortieren darf, quasi. Hui. Hopp, hopp, hopp. Albedo, ich bring dir jemanden.
Albedo, we figured out a way to help Xingqi.
Interesting. A story of the 5 Kasen appears again, and with a timely solution. A stamped seal, huh? Let me think. Indeed,
Das könnte
it is an
helfen.
efficient solution. If we use a stamp, then Xingqi won't have to struggle with his handwriting anymore. However,
Was ist das Problem?
since Xingqi's signature has been previously revealed to the readers, it would seem insincere if he only used the stamped seal for his new books.
Ja, vielleicht.
I have another idea. Using a seal is a part of it, of course. Let's go to Uya restaurant now to discuss my idea with everyone.
Okay. Klar, erzähl uns das halt nicht auf dem Weg, sondern lass uns extra dahin laufen. Oh, du Scheiße. Ja, Xingqi, du hast Spaß, wie ich sehe.
Yes, that's it, Zhenyu. Your writing has greatly improved today, which means yesterday's intensive training was effective.
My apologies, but I simply can't do it anymore. My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore. I should have known better than to read novels during calligraphy class.
Und vorhin sollte vorhin weg, also in deiner Vergangenheit quasi.
You just had a 10-minute break. Come on, you can do this.
When it comes to pushing a deadline, there's no one more brutal than Mr. Hirayama.
No wonder Lady Yai would always send the editorial director to handle troubled authors.
Nicht die eleganteste Art und Weise, aber funktioniert bestimmt.
Scary. It hasn't even been that long and Xingqi's already zombified.
Mr. Hirayama, we found a solution that might just solve our dilemma. In both Liyue and Inazuma, seals are widely used as the equivalents of a signature. If we use a stamp to leave the author's seal on the books, then we could make the signature process a lot easier. Of course, a seal on its own is not enough. So, I propose that each signature consists of 2 parts.
Okay.
First, we'll use a personalized seal. We can simply carve one using Chenyu's signature as the design.
Okay, ergibt erstmal
In
Sinn.
addition, I'll also design a simple but elegant pattern that's easy for Chenyu to write. That way, he will only need to draw a simple pattern on each book.
Ah. Quasi Two-Factor Authentication. Der Stempel ist quasi seine alte Unterschrift, ne, die er sich mal irgendwann ausgedacht hat. Und die ist valide, wenn er einfach noch da ein Herzchen nebenmalt oder so. Ne, damit er bei der Signierstunde cool dabei rumkommt.
Let me think. All right, I think that would work. Not only does it still involve the author's own handwriting, but the result should be very beautiful as well.
So, what you mean to say is, I've been saved from this predicament?
Ja, ich denke
Mr.
schon.
Hirayama, it suddenly occurred to me that the reason we gave up on live book signings previously was because it would take too long for the author to sign each book. But if we adopted Calx's proposed method, we might have enough time to do signatures at the live event.
Ja, kann man
And
machen.
if all the authors signed their books in the same fashion, then Genyu's signature wouldn't look out of place.
If you think it's feasible, I would certainly be happy to design signatures for the other authors as well. Yes, and you may leave carving the stamps to me.
In that case, I
Die
shall
fragen
contact
einfach
the
nicht,
other
wer
2
Kazuha
authors
ist. Der ist einfach
participating
da.
in the new release event.
It is a great honor to use a signature designed by Calx.
My pen name is quite complicated and isn't suitable for signing events. However, if we implement this new format, then it'll be a dream come true for me as well.
Die Schuhe, die Hose, die könnten das sein, was wir suchen.
Great! Looks like everyone's on board with the idea.
I'm sorry to have kept you busy for so long, Zhenyu. Please, take the next few days to have a good rest. We'll handle everything from here. The books that Jinyu already signed can be used as special prizes in future events held by the Publishing House.
Ja, wenigstens, also dann können sie es ja immer noch weiterverwenden.
We did it. The event is saved.
Thanks to everyone's efforts, Onodera and I are finally free of that mess.
That's right! You're finally free, Xingqiu. Maybe you should step outside for some fresh air.
Ja, das sollte er tun. Glaubt ihr, Menschen waren damals schlauer, weil die Häuser nicht so gut isoliert waren? Ich meine, jetzt bist du in einem Raum für eine halbe Stunde und du hast quasi den guten Sauerstoff aufgebraucht und der CO2-Gehalt ist halt relativ hoch. Das heißt, dein Gehirn ist ein bisschen matsch. Damals war das ja gar nicht so der Fall. Waren die Menschen damals einfach schlauer?
We still have some time.
Weil die scheiß Häuser
Where
hatten?
should we go next?
Und da sind Leute. Venti ist schon wieder da.
There you are.
Mit Ayaka? Was habt ihr beide zusammen gemacht? Das ist eine richtige Riesentruppe hier.
Oh, it's Ayaka! And Venti! That's an interesting combo.
Ja, dachte ich mir auch gerade.
I was just going to the festival venue to prepare the Ikebana lesson when I found a strange piece of paper on a flower stand.
Huh?
This bard just happened to be close by at the time. He informed me that you've also found similar papers recently. As such, we came together to find you two.
Ayaka, was ist mit deiner Stimme los? Die hört sich hier nicht so geil an.
But the paper she found isn't quite the same as the ones we found before. Here's the paper. Please have a
Das
look.
würde Sinn ergeben, weil es gibt 5 Papiere, aber nur 4 Aufträge. Deswegen machen wir heute 2 und morgen nur 1. Farbenpracht der 5 Kasen, Sumizome. Der klare Bach ist ein gutes Ende für die lange vergessene Gesichtssammlung, wo eine klare Welle die verborgene Wahrheit enthüllen wird. Kann sein, dass es das Ende sein soll und wir das einfach außerhalb der Sequenz gefunden
All the
haben.
poems we found before were roughly the same length. But this one is only 2 lines.
And even though there are only 2 short sentences, neither of them are next to the title or centered on the page. The position of the writing seems to indicate that there is other content written on this paper besides these 2 lines.
If we take the poem literally, it reads, "Dip this paper in water and see the truth naturally appear." Speaking of which, I have an ancient text at home, specializing in ancient and exotic stories. It mentions a special ink that will show itself when wet and disappear when it's dry.
Ja, hol das Buch doch. Fahr doch mal mit dem Schiff kurz weg.
Shall we give it a whirl? It just so happens that there's a pond nearby.
Ja, ich meine, er kann einfach Wasser beschwören, aber hey. Okay. Gehen wir zum Teich. Na, ich wollte nur anmerken. Aber gut. Gehen wir zum Teich.
Wow, look! It's really working! More words have appeared on the paper!
Yay.
Let Paimon see what it says.
Farbenpracht der 5 Kasen Sumizone. Die Dichterin ließ die Schriftrolle der Gedichtensammlung durch, doch gibt es kein rotes Siegel auf dem Plagiat. Der klare Bach ist ein gutes Ende für die lange vergessene Gedichtsammlung, wo eine klare Welle die verborgene Wahrheit enthüllen wird. Es ist schwer für das Wasser, die glänzenden Sätze wegzuwaschen, während die Tinte auf dem Plagiat von selbst verblasst. Aoi no Iokina kam vorbei und schrieb ein Gedicht in Erinnerung an den alten Freund. Der Sturm hat sie noch nicht gelegt und es ist wieder an der Zeit, dem Shogun Gedichte zu präsentieren. Interesting.
The story says that after Sumizomi got the collection of poems from Akihito and put them into a stream of water, the plagiarized words in the poem became blurry. Huh? Why would that happen?
Vielleicht haben die einfach schlecht ihre Tinte genutzt und die Autoren haben die krasseste Tinte der Welt genutzt. Das sieht aus, wie die da alle stehen, ey.
You see, Paimon, in the past, when printing was not yet well developed, handwritten text could easily become smudged in books when exposed to moisture. To ensure the text lasted longer, they'd either write using a special ink or coat the paper's surface with a waterproof coating once the writing was finished.
Und das haben die einfach da
Such
vergessen.
special inks are time-consuming and laborious to produce, and the waterproof coating could also prove just as difficult. However, since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the shogun, surely one of those 2 methods was used to protect it.
Wenn nicht sogar beide.
But as for the plagiarized poems, Not only would they lack Akihito's seal, but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
Also hat Akihito nicht das Gedicht geschrieben. Das haben Leute danach hinzugefügt.
Which means Akihito didn't plagiarize his work. He was set up.
Yes, it appears that this is the truth that Sumizome's story is trying to convey. Although the story is saddening, I've decided on the subjects to use for Akihito and Sumizome's portraits.
Hast du?
Kazuha, Ayaka, would you be willing to be the models for my paintings?
Kazuha verstehe ich ja, aber Ayaka?
I would be delighted.
Yes, as would I.
Weil sie reingelegt wurde.
There you go. The next 2 portraits should be ready in no time.
Yes. And now that all 4 stories have all been collected, the story of the 5 Kasen is now fully
Naja,
complete.
es sind 5 Kasen, du hast 4 Bilder.
Long ago, Inazuma had 5 legendary poets. People bestowed upon them the title of the 5 Kasen.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions.
Noch kennen wir das alles, jetzt kommt der
All he
neue
knew was
Part.
that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akihito.
Akihito had once belonged to the 5 Kasen. Each poem he composed, he marked with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akihito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5 Kasen remained.
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that the plagiarized poem lacked his seal. She immersed his poetry in a stream nearby, and only on the plagiarized poem did the ink run. Aoi no Okina passed by and witnessed Sumizome's doing, which he then recorded in a poem. Thus transpired the events of Suiko's poetry submission, and this is where the story comes to an end.
Ja, wir wissen, dass es noch nicht ganz das Ende ist, ne? Aber die Porträts, die kann er gut malen. So ist nicht, ne? Boah, er hätte wenigstens ein anderes Bild vom Kazuha nehmen können. Paimon, was los?
Yeah. Ever since we completed the story of the 5 Kasen, there's still one thing Paimon hasn't been able to figure out. One of the 5 Kasen is called Kuranushi, right? It's just that, how could the story of the 5 Kasen finish without him appearing at all?
Ja, true.
Have you really not noticed?
Bin ich auch dumm?
Huh? Not noticed what? This is no time to be playing games, Tone Deaf Bard!
What he means is that the story of Kuranushi was already embedded within the 4 poems.
Ja, okay, schon.
Really?
That's right. The key lies in the poem that Aoi no Okina wrote after seeing Sumizome rinsing the poetry collection. An average person could never understand the scene of a young girl washing Akihito's poetry collection in a stream.
Okay.
Even Aoi no Okina couldn't figure out the meaning behind Sumizome's actions. He was simply reminiscing and thinking about his old acquaintances. However, for the perpetrator who framed Akihito, it was completely obvious. He was worried that if this poem was seen by the Shogun, then the Shogun could discover the truth behind the plagiarism incident. If that happened, then he'd be finished. So in desperation, he threatened Aoi no Okina to make him tear out this poem.
Ergibt Sinn.
Which means the one who threatened Aoi no Okina is the same person that framed Akahito.
Jetzt verstehe ich das. 5 Leute. Die schreiben alle ein Gedicht. So, der eine hat das Gedicht von dem anderen vergessen. Deswegen hat er es ausgetauscht. So, der andere merkt aber, dass das Ausgetauschte ein Plagiat war und jemand dafür angeschuldigt war. Ja, und deswegen hat der Kuronoshi, der davon ja alles wusste, sich gesagt, Dude, reiß das Ding raus, sonst reiß ich dich raus. Ne, weil er wahrscheinlich mit dem Plagiat irgendwie was zu tun hatte. Ne, deswegen ist Kuronoshi der böse Bube.
What? Kuronushi? That's right. Though there are only 4 poems, they still managed to tell the complete story of all 5 Kasen. Since the shogun mentioned in the poems is certainly not the one of the 5 Kasen, the only character left is the mysterious one with an unknown identity.
Ja, aber Kazuha sieht so aus, als hätte er eine Idee.
Oh, okay. Paimon is finally starting to get it now.
However, this also brings something else to mind. The story of the 5 Kasen has more or less reflected everything that's been happening around us lately. Which begs the question, is there a Kuronushi in our world as well?
A Kuronushi? In our world?
Der eine Autor, wie gesagt.
Speaking of which, I wonder if our dear Kazuha has come up with anything.
Oh, right! Kazuha! He's been pretty quiet this whole time. Let's ask him.
Die ganzen Dudes. Kazuha und Dudettes. Ja. Wow, okay.
Hey, Kazuha! Are you okay? You've been standing in front of this blank canvas for
Da hätten wir echt nicht hingehen müssen.
and you don't look so good.
Apologies for making a wild assumption, but has the story of the 5 Kasen reminded you of anything?
Yes. A few things did come to mind, actually. However, they were nothing more than some past incidents regarding my family.
Seine Familie, uff.
I don't mind sharing the stories, but I'd prefer not to bring you any more trouble.
Doch, doch, erzähl ruhig.
Hey, we're all friends here, Kazuha. You can always tell us whatever's on your mind.
Kaidehara, please forgive my assumption, but perhaps you were thinking of the Raiden Gokuden?
Alter. Der wird fast nie Kaidehara genannt.
The Raiden
Damn.
Gokuden? What's that?
It appears that Miss Kamisato and I were thinking of the same thing. But it also has much to do with the Yashiro Commission. It would be improper to speak of it here without the consent of Miss Kamisato.
It's fine. Those of us here are all trustworthy, so there isn't any harm in it.
Dann auf geht's.
However, this matter is somewhat complicated and may be difficult to explain. Let me start with the Raiden Gokuden. As you all know, the Yashiro Commission's primary purpose is managing ceremonial and cultural affairs, and Inazuma's art of forging swords is a very important part of our culture.
Okay, so weit komme ich mit.
The Raiden Gokuden were once the top 5 schools of the forging art in Inazuma. Although these families were swordsmiths by craft, they also held many important positions in the Yashiro Commission.
Die hatten alle offizielle Position in der Yashiro-Verwaltung.
Unfortunately, of the 5, only the Aminoma art still maintains its artisan lineage. The descendants of the Ishin art are also still alive, but the craft has been lost to time.
Okay.
The descendants of the Ishin art are none other than the Kaidehara family.
Kazuha, warum weißt du nicht, wie man Schwerter baut?
Whoa! We knew Kazuha came from a noble family, but we had no idea about his connection to the Yashiro Commission and sword making.
Deswegen hat sie ihn Kaidehara genannt.
Yes, but that's all part of the past now. The Ishin art was lost with my great-grandfather's generation. My grandfather was dissatisfied with my great-grandfather's lack of effort. When he was young, My grandfather traveled all over Teyvat to find a way to revive the family business. But it was to no avail. And in my generation, our last remaining family property was lost as well.
Das ist ja
I
doof.
heard my elder brother mention that the decline of the Raiden Gokuden happened very rapidly. In the span of a few decades, 3 of the families suffered various misfortunes and
Alter,
disappeared.
Ayaka. Das tut weh, wenn du sprichst. Die hat so ein Z, also bei S und Z-Lauten ist es so knackt das so.
Later, there was speculation that all of these misfortunes stemmed from some background machinations.
Alter.
Meaning that someone wanted to wipe out the Raiden Gokuden.
Geht mir langsam auf die Nüsse.
However, since not every family of the Raiden Gokuden came to ruin, such explanations were treated as nothing more than a conspiracy theory.
Indeed. I've also believed such ideas were just theories and rumors. However, I know that a major incident happened to my great-grandfather when he was young.
Okay, etwas Schlimmes ist passiert, aber er ist dadurch nicht
Not
gestorben.
only did it affect the Kaedehara clan, but it nearly jeopardized the Kamisato clan's position in the Yashiro Commission as well. After
Okay.
reading the story of the 5 Kasen, I can't help but feel like it's pointing me toward the truth behind that incident.
Können die 5 Kasen vielleicht auch die 5 Schwertmenschen sein?
Exactly happened to your great-grandfather, Kazuha?
I still can't say. I need to speak with someone to verify the details. Let's meet here again at noon tomorrow.
Liebe Leute?
I will tell you everything I know then.
Okay. Bye, Kazuha. Ach, so schnell ging der Akt schon zu Ende. Ich meine, wir haben die beiden Bilder gemalt. Und währenddessen sprechen wir mit Kucho-Sara, die direkt hier nebenan steht.
Plaza is significantly less crowded now, but it's still too early to relax. This is a serious matter, and we must remain vigilant.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Oh, it's you. Do you have something to report?
Nee, nicht wirklich. Hast du? Über die gestohlenen
It's
Bücher.
fine, as long as it's been taken care of.
Okay, es tut mir leid, dass ich dir Ärger gemacht habe.
This is my duty. I don't see it as an inconvenience. The Tenryou Commission has a responsibility to ensure public order and security during the Iridori Festival. If anything comes up, come to me.
Mache ich auf jeden Fall.
Oh, you look really busy. Has something serious happened?
Und jetzt schafft sie auf einmal die Höflichkeitsform, aber sonst nie.
Nothing serious, really. We've just received a lot of reports in the past few days over things like line cutting, reselling goods at inflated prices, even troublemakers hogging the photo board. All minor incidents, but it all adds up to create a lot of work for a lot of people.
No, aber du gibst ja sehr viel Mühe, das zu beheben, denke ich, würde ich sagen. Das tust du ja immer.
Still, I take the fact that so many people are turning to us for assistance as a sign that the Tenryou Commission is gradually regaining the people's trust.
Das ist nicht schlecht, wenn die Leute zu den Typen hingehen, heißt es, dass die so ein bisschen wieder Vertrauen haben.
Shogun gave us orders to provide security at the Iridori Festival. This is a rare chance to change people's perception of the Tenryou Commission, so we cannot afford to slip up. Even if it's tiring work, we must rise.
Sie hat das gleiche S-Problem wie Ayaka.
Well, no matter how busy you are, at least you still found some time to come here and buy an almighty Shogun figurine, right? We want to buy one too!
What do you mean, figurine? I'm just patrolling these parts. In fact, I was just about to leave.
Wir können dir eine Puppe einfach mitkaufen.
No need to be shy. Actually, Miko told us that you got up super early this one time to make sure you could be the first in line to buy one of these figurines.
That Lady Gucci, how could she disclose... Never mind. To be clear, I have no intention to hide that which I do out of reverence alone. But there is one thing you must be corrected on.
Oh, was denn?
Oh? What is it?
That is not a figurine. It's a statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Agosho, God of Thunder.
Okay.
Do I make myself clear?
Alles gut.
Almighty Narukami Ogu... got it.
This particular statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Agosho, God of Thunder, is a brand new addition. There will only be 300 available in this batch, and there is a limit of 1 per customer.
Okay, sehe ich erstmal kein Problem
Many
mit.
people have been lining up since well before dawn to acquire one. I'm afraid if you're only showing up now, you're probably too late.
Oh, really? So you definitely must have gotten here pretty early
Ja,
too then.
ich sehe, wie sie alle davor stehen.
Normally, of course, I would come to purchase one myself. But on this occasion, my duties at the Iridori Festival had to take priority.
Wir können die eine
We are
kaufen.
required to report for duty long before the shops open. It is regrettable, but I had no choice but to forego the chance this time.
Aw, what a shame.
So instead, I had someone purchase one on my behalf.
Aber hat's nicht getan.
Oh, right. Wait, you can do that? Didn't you say they're limited to 1 per customer? This figurine is super popular. It must be pretty tough to find someone happy to buy one for you and not for themselves.
I anticipated the same at first, but Lady Guji Yae found a professional to assist me, saying she appreciated our tireless efforts during the festival period.
Frau Gucci, ja, was hat die
I
getan?
don't know who the professional is. I assume it would be either someone from the Grand Narukami Shrine or from the Yashiro Commission, but I did not ask. Given the time, I believe they should have completed the purchase by now.
Ich hoffe.
I am fortunate to have had Lady Guji's help this time. I likely would have struggled to find a candidate on my own. As well as being willing, they would need to be an early riser, and also tall enough to beat the crowds to the top shelf items.
Early riser and tall.
Frühaufsteher und groß. Wer ist denn groß und ein Frühaufsteher? Ich meine, Ito ist groß.
What was that sound?
Das ist Wind, das sind die Blätter.
Really? Well, never mind.
Ah.
I've been here long enough. It's time for me to head to my next patrol zone. Stay safe during the Iridori Festival.
Sayu, was tust du denn da?
Uh-oh, you found me.
Yep.
Sayu, what are you doing here? Oh, wait! Are you the professional? Shh, quiet. She might still be in earshot.
Das ist, der Synchronsprecher ist... Na? Lily Pichu, wenn man sie kennt, von Michael Reeves, die Freundin. Ist sie das noch? Ich glaube. Müsste.
No way. I've been here since last night so I could buy a figurine. But after waiting and waiting, my eyes started to feel real droopy. And I only meant to take a short nap. A really quick one.
Also hast du verschlafen.
If I don't buy one of these figurines, the 10-year-old commission Tengu will lock me up for life.
Sehr wahrscheinlich nicht.
Sheesh. Goodness knows what Miko told you. I guess my only hope now is to sacrifice my salary for this month and buy one off of someone who got here in time.
Ich meine, wir können den Preis runterhandeln.
Great! Then, here's my salary. Please don't spend it all.
Ich meine, wir sind reich, wir können das uns einfach selber kaufen. Du, gib mir deine Puppe.
You didn't manage to get one either? That's strange. When I came to line up this morning, I checked with my friend who'd already bought one. She'd been lining up since before sunrise, and she was around the 100th in line. I was only 150 places behind her, so surely I should have gotten one.
Theoretisch?
Something's wrong here. I'm gonna go ask the shopkeeper for an explanation.
Okay. Also hat sie sowieso keine. Du siehst so aus, als hättest du eine.
Why so glum? Didn't manage to get your hands on a statue of her excellency, the almighty Narukami Agosho, god of thunder, by any chance?
Warum müsst ihr darauf so pochen, dass sie so heißt?
Sell it? Huh. I ain't selling. Not after all the effort I put into...
Ja, gut, dann hat er deine Schnauze. Aber rübergesprungen. Konrad.
After coming all this way to Inazuma, and especially getting up early, I still walk away empty-handed. The first batch was smaller than I expected. And who knows when the next batch will come out.
Also haben sie wohl gar nicht so viele eine Puppe bekommen.
Since I'm here now, I guess I should buy some other souvenir instead.
I can't believe it. I am definitely done for this time. A whole load of people are saying they didn't manage to get one. Did the shopkeepers get the count wrong or something? Oh, why don't we go ask at Apekasu?
Ja, was ist denn los damit, ne?
Might as well. I guess there's nothing to lose.
Rollen wieder hin. Oh, es ist ja eh direkt hier. Hallo. Die kann ich mal groß über den Tisch gucken.
Terribly sorry. I was otherwise occupied this morning and had someone else watch the shop. So I don't know all the details, but according to our records, we did sell the full 300.
Ja, an welche komischen Leute hast du die verkauft?
Hey, what about those ones at the back? Aren't they for sale?
I'm sorry, those are display only.
Ich kann mir nicht...
Please don't be too disappointed.
Ich will die aber haben.
We're selling a limited number of these statues at the festival, and this was only the first batch. Please rest assured, you will all have the chance to purchase one in the future.
Ja, aber wir wollen jetzt eine.
But when will the next batch be ready? Also, this poor guy came all the way from Mondstadt. He got here earlier than me and was at least 50 places ahead of me. Even he didn't get one. How do you explain these numbers?
Magie.
Look, I don't know a whole lot about Inazuman festivals, but they do seem to have sold out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm terribly sorry, but I've triple-checked the sales records for this morning, and everything seems to be accounted for.
Why don't we get the Tenryo Commission to investigate
Ja,
this?
jetzt eskalier doch nicht.
The Tenryo Commission? No, no way.
Sorry, who are you?
Das ist der Profi der Yashiro-Verwaltung.
Are you saying this falls under the Yashiro Commission's jurisdiction?
Ja.
Yeah, it does. We will follow up on this matter, so there's no need to go to the Tenryo Commission. They're busy enough as it is. That's weird. How come Sai is so motivated to work all of a sudden? Shh. If the Tenryo Commission finds out about this, Kujo Sarah will come ask me about it. And then she'll find out that I didn't buy her figurine.
Ich meine, du hättest die erste in der Reihe sein sollen.
Anyway, we can't get the Tenryo Commission involved. Not unless there's no other way.
Wir schaffen das schon.
Since someone's already on the case, I suppose I'll just wait for the findings.
Since I came all this way and didn't get a figurine, I guess I might as well look at what else is available.
Thank you both for your understanding. We will make an announcement as soon as the results of the investigation come out.
So we're supposed to be investigating, but we don't have any leads at all. Oh, maybe the customers really did make a mistake.
Nee.
If only we had a witness who'd been here the whole time.
Der die zuerst bekommen hat, den wir ja eben gesprochen haben, der wird das wohl wissen.
You mean me? Sorry, I was asleep.
Oh, ich dachte, sie meinen den anderen Typen. Du hast nichts gehört.
Did I hear anything? Let me think.
I'll take these, please.
Thank you for your patronage. Please come again.
Thank you. Patronage. Oh yeah, now I remember. I heard thank you for your patronage over and over again this morning.
Das ist doch gut.
Huh? How many times? 300?
Ich meine, die Anzahl ist ja egal. Wie lange dauert das ungefähr? Dann können wir das hochrechnen. Okay.
There were at least 16 snores between each thank you for your patronage. That's not how you count it!
Das reicht aber.
16 snores should be about 1 minute. And if we add on the time for moving the boxes and stocking the shelves...
Ungefähr 5 Stunden.
Right! Sales only started about 4 hours ago, so there's definitely a problem with the amount. Which means, even though I only woke up just now, I still have a chance of getting my hands on one.
Ich meine, es gibt keine Hoffnung, aber irgendjemand hat die beschissen.
Anyway, maybe I failed my mission because a bad guy did something tricky, not because I was being lazy.
Doch, du warst schon lazy.
Bad guy. Well, the shop was pretty strict with this promotion. Not only was there a 1 per customer limit, they even checked people's identity. So there's no way anyone could have bought more.
Ja, dann gucken wir doch einfach ins Buch, wer die gekauft hat.
People patrolling the area, no one could have cut the line, right?
Wenn wir also alles ausschießen, haben die ersten paar beschissen.
If someone was up to no good, they'd definitely try to find a way to sell the figurines at a higher price. Let's go ask the guy who says he had to put in a lot of effort to get a hold of one. Maybe he knows something.
Vielleicht hat er ja schon Angebote bekommen. Wo müssen wir lang? Wo müssen wir lang? Hallo. Aber er hatte doch eine.
You want to know how I got my hands on the statue? Dream on.
Huh? Why? It's not like we're trying to buy yours off you.
It's a no, okay? No more questions.
Ja, er weiß bestimmt, worum es geht. Weil jemand internes ihm eine verkauft hat.
How did you know?
Wir sind doch Profis.
Huh? Oh, right. Yeah, we are professionals.
Okay, fine. Since you guessed it anyway. But let me be clear. Don't spread this around.
Ja, wir sagen schon nichts.
I came here bright and early to line up, but the first batch of statues sold out almost immediately. I wasn't very happy about that. So, I went around to the back door of a Pegasus to see if I could find a shop assistant to ask about when the next batch would be coming out.
Okay, kann man machen.
Surprise, I saw him moving boxes and boxes worth of statues out of the store. Needless to say, I was all ready to march up and demand to know what was going on.
Ja, dann hat er dir einfach eine Puppe gegeben, damit du die Schnauze hältst.
Yes. But I paid the shop assistant full price for it. So it was still a legitimate transaction.
Mehr oder weniger.
It's not for you to decide whether it was a legitimate transaction or not.
Huh? It's the Tenryo Commission?
The Tenryo Commission has received reports that someone has been hoarding goods to resell at extortionate prices. Now, these are not classed as strategic materials, so some amount of price fluctuation is expected in the market. It is against the law for a staff member to abuse their position to forge sales records and misappropriate goods.
Also tut sich Kucho Soraya der Sache trotzdem sowieso an.
We've already investigated the situation at a Peikusu. The sales records are correct, but in the cash box, there are 2 bags in which most of the cash has been replaced with stones.
But how can this be?
Please hand over your statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder, as evidence. We will compensate you for your loss once we catch the individual responsible.
Ouch, das ist nicht cool.
Fine. So this guy was cooking the books. Never saw that coming.
You guys figured this out pretty quickly, Sarah.
In fact, we were only just tipped off. We're still working on the logistics of the arrest operation.
No.
Who's this?
Das ist ein Profi.
Thanks. I've been spotted.
Das ist Sayu.
You must be the professional Lady Guji hired. I was just wondering why I hadn't seen you yet.
We were investigating the missing figurines. Oh, I mean statues of Her Excellency.
Ja, scheiß drauf den
Is
Namen.
that so? Then thank you. The Tenryo Commission will take over from here. Rest assured, we will get to the bottom of the matter.
Sie hat auch keine Puppe.
So, about your statue.
Really? Thank you. So, where is the statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder?
Oh, yeah. Sayu spent the whole night investigating the staff. So, by the time she got back, she was just too late to buy one.
Das ist ja schade.
Yeah, right. I definitely would have made it back in time to buy one, if only it hadn't been for someone stealing the statues.
I see. So in the end, you did not manage to purchase a statue, correct?
Yep, leider.
I'm sorry.
Die kann doch nie bitte aufhören, so viel Geräusche zu machen. Das sind 4 Wörter und die macht daraus eine halbe Minute Text.
Don't blame yourself. The criminal is the one responsible here. The important thing now is to devise a plan to bring him to justice as swiftly as possible. According to the intelligence, the suspect has already started reselling the statues near the festival venue.
Ja, dann gehen wir da doch mal hin.
He's lying low and operating very discreetly.
Wir können auch diskret arbeiten, das schaffen wir schon.
If we confront him head on, he's likely to destroy the evidence and dash. Instead, we will seek to quietly surround him. But in order to achieve this, we will require one person to approach and distract him.
Das können wir machen.
Since you've spent the whole night thoroughly investigating this situation, I can think of no one else more suitable to gain his trust than you. Would you be willing to help the Tenryou Commission one final time?
Natürlich.
What? Right. Leave it to us.
Ein bisschen geschummelt, aber hey. Beyblade, go! Was war das denn? Die kann er nicht runterrollen. Was cool ist, das ist ja ein Animo-Nutzer mit einem Breitschwert. Leider haben die alle Fähigkeiten irrelevant von diesem Breitschwert gemacht. Ich wünschte ja noch, es gäbe einen nicht Animo, sondern einen Hydro-Breitschwertmenschen und einen Hydro-Speermenschen, weil den gibt es glaube ich auch noch nicht. Aber erstmal hier hin. Hallo, Saigu. Ich meine, seine Schuhe passen auch. Na, nicht. Na, mehr oder weniger.
Hmm? Who introduced you? I'm trying to keep a low profile here, so I'm afraid I don't take any new business except for referrals by existing customers.
Ja, ich bin derjenige, der dich angerempelt hat, als du das verheimlicht hast.
That guy. Fine. He did technically buy from me, I suppose. But let me be clear. This product is highly sought after right now. I can't sell to you at the same price he paid.
Das ist kein Ding, wir kaufen mehr.
Price has gone up again? But it's only been a few hours.
Ja, wir haben Geld.
Well, you can take it or leave it. Believe me, there's plenty more room for upwards mobility on the price. It just so happens to be in my interest to get these off my hands sooner rather than later. Besides, good luck trying to find anyone else out there selling.
We gotta keep negotiating as long as we can.
Ich meine, halten die denn überhaupt den Wert wirklich?
I don't have time for this. Just name your price.
Gar nichts.
Hey, at that price, why don't you just ask me to give it to you for free?
Ja, warum nicht? Okay, das findet er nicht so geil. Wie sieht's damit aus?
Hey, at that price, why don't you just...
Okay. 16k? Ne, 160k.
Deal. Let's schedule a time for you to pick up the product.
Ah, wenigstens etwas.
Hold on. Paimon thinks that the price is still a little too high.
You think that's high? It'll be at least double that in a few days.
Ja, und? Gib uns das
Think
doch
this
einfach
is a
for
game or
free.
something? If you're not serious about buying, quit wasting my time. I should be moving on to my next location by now. Not stuck.
The next location you move to will be the police station. You are under arrest for abusing your position for personal gain and falsifying accounts.
Das ging ja schnell.
The Tenryou Commission?
Ups, die wollte
When
noch
did
was sagen.
Wait, all that negotiating.
Ja, I'm sorry.
Stick 'em up.
Thank you for your help. The culprit has revealed the location where he stashed the statues, and we have sent people to collect them.
Das ist doch gut.
Great! So once Epekusu has counted the goods and stuffed the shelves, we can get back in the line to buy one, right? This time, I must complete my mission.
I'm afraid it's not that simple. The stolen goods will have to be kept as evidence at the police station for some time. They will not be available for purchase in the immediate future.
Das ist doch schade.
Paimon can't believe it!
I would be grateful if you could inform the shopkeeper about this. I should return to the station and see how things are going.
Und dir dann selber eine klauen. Mhm. Korruptes Pack.
I didn't say anything. She seemed a little disappointed, don't you think?
Alter Sayu, was ist mit dir schief?
Is there really nothing we can do?
Du kommst hier nirgends hoch, ey.
I see. Thank you. We'll make a compensation plan and announce it as soon as possible.
Jo, dann sind wir mal wieder weg.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Although this statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho,
Mein
God of Thunder,
Gott, der
was only
Name.
intended as a display item.
Können wir es
Now
trotzdem
that I
haben?
think about it, why don't you have it, as a gesture of my gratitude? After all, it was our negligence that caused trouble for you all on this occasion. This is just a small gift, a mere token, but I do hope you can accept it.
Ja, ja, doch, damit können wir arbeiten.
Really?
Ja. Ja, Sarah kann das natürlich haben. Für die ist das ja.
Sounds good. As long as we give this to Sarah, my mission will be completed. Uh-oh. I've been so nervous all day, and now I can finally relax.
Du willst schlafen, nachdem du den ganzen Tag geschlafen hast? Du bist so ein Garbage Ninja.
Take this figurine to the police station. Saw you. Signing out.
Hey, Kuchu Sarah, ich bin Kuchu Sarah und ich habe was für dich.
Sarah, look what we brought you.
Oh. Is this?
Ja. Ich hole die Statue einfach raus und nehme nicht den ganzen Namen.
It's right here. But now that Paimon takes a closer look at it, it's really well made.
Of course. This is a prototype designed by Yae Publishing House's top artist and crafted by the most skilled lacquerware master in Inazuma City.
Also noch besser als dass das verkauft werden würde.
Otherwise, how could one hope to capture even 1,000th of the almighty Shogun's majesty?
Hallo.
Let alone maintain it. To do that, you must buy a special kind of shrine and worship it properly. It's also essential to clean it often to avoid a buildup of dust, and it's best practice to hire a craftsman to perform regular maintenance.
Sarah! Sarah!
Hmm? What's wrong? These are the 5 principles for maintenance of the statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder, and I haven't even finished explaining the first one.
I never knew there was such a fuss over these tiny figurines. I'm surprised Miko never mentioned it to me.
Hi, A.
Your Excellency, this is most unexpected.
I had some spare time, so I decided to come out for a stroll. Oh, did you buy this figurine yourself?
Kann man so sagen.
It was him.
What?
Ja.
Huh. I didn't know you liked little trinkets like these.
Doch, doch. Nehme ich gerne.
Your Excellency, I've yet to finish the defense arrangements for the Iridori Festival. Please excuse me.
Very well. Thank you.
Bye.
Watching Sarah leave, she looked kinda sad.
I have another such figurine in Tenshukaku, a sample sent by Yae Publishing House. I don't need it, so I think I'll gift it to you.
Aber hier ist doch schon eine.
I shall not go back on my word. I have committed to giving it to you. What you choose to do with it is your business. You're quite free to give it to somebody else, if you wish.
Ja, machen wir
Or to
so.
save you the trouble, I can have someone from Tenshukaku deliver it directly. But, of course, your name will have to be written as the sender.
Ja, das schaffen wir schon.
Why does all this have to be so complicated?
Paimon, keine Fragen stellen. Schick's einfach in die Tenryo-Verwaltung.
Good. I'll have someone attend to this shortly. Oh, and I wish you a pleasant and enjoyable Irodori Festival.
Danke. Ich mag das Event. Da sind alle Leute bei. Wir nehmen jetzt den letzten Part auf. Und ihr seht dann auch demnächst, morgen oder übermorgen, den letzten Part. Bye bye.